15 to play with top guys. You know, and I think if you can already hit with someone at 5 or 8 or 10, it's an amazing experience for that kid.
But just keeping on the subject of the kids, as parents should take your focus away from sports. I mean, what a sports person has spoken about. I know you were a father and a champion of Australia, but does it take some of the focus away?
No, not really, because once I come to the tennis court, I usually don't bring my kids yet, you know, and I'm here to practice, or I'm here to play a match and be professional and serious, and I can be that also being a father. Maybe it took some adjustments in the beginning in terms of organization, but that's also a fun thing to do, to mix things up, to change things a bit, because I don't want to go through my career doing the same thing for 15, 20 years. That's kind of boring, you know, so that's why I'm always happy to mix it up, you know, adjust to a new situation, and my kids obviously have had a big impact on that now, but the traveling's been going great with them, and I love every second with them, and can't have enough, so it's been really a lot of fun, and also motivating and inspiring at times, you know, because I've experienced a lot, but I've never experienced being a father, so it's been great.
Do you ever see yourself shaping your career like vice president along with child?
Yeah, sure. I mean, they are an absolute priority in our lives with Mirka, and try to do what's best for them, and right now they're not going to school yet, so some traveling is somewhat easier, but we'll have to look at all those things coming up in the next few years.
Roger, again, I'd like to ask you the same question I did ask for Rafa. What and how we will see a ranked player from the Middle East in the top 100?
When?
When and how? What do you think?
I don't know. At the moment, many countries are struggling with having teenagers in the top 100, so that could take some time. You know, I mean, I think many countries are being very patient right now, waiting for the next star to emerge. Which is a bit, not worrying to me, but a bit strange, because I made the top 100 really early, and there's so many other juniors that made it as a teenager into the top 100 rather comfortably. And it's changed a bit recently. I don't know if the game has become really physical and mental, and it's just harder to break through, or maybe it's just there's maybe not so much talent at the moment. So I don't know. And then for this region, I think if you have a good infrastructure, which is the case in in the bigger cities here, and you can have good practice partners and good support. I think that's always a good start, but you can't expect maybe to have 1 or 2 years. It's a long time coming for a talent to emerge and to make it. It's one thing to be a good junior, but then to make the breakthrough from junior to seniors is another one again. You got to love the traveling, and you got to have the right team around you, and that takes some time. So it's just important to be patient, and then everything's possible, of course. And then one breaks through, all of a sudden you have many more wanting the same, and then that's what you want to try to achieve.
Roger, the format is such that you could be even knocked out tomorrow if you don't hit the form straight away. So do you think the format is worth it, that you make all the trip over on the New Year's Day and you could lose out for the practice that you intended to come for?
Yeah, it's absolutely worth it. It's paid off the last couple of seasons. I've played really well down in Australia and had good seasons. I think it's nice to be able to test yourself against other top players. Also maybe play against them in a bit more relaxed way, because you can try out a few things. Next thing you know, it's working, and you can carry those over into some other matches with them, which I kind of like to do for a change, because usually I only play Masters 1000 Grand Slams when it's huge news when I lose, and so that's why here there's no reason to get carried away when you do lose, but it's never nice to lose. That's why I'll try everything to win my matches, and winning always gives you great confidence. I'm on a really high at the moment. I'm playing great, and I hope I can keep that up here tomorrow and the following day. But I think it's great that there's a guaranteed 2 matches for the players now, and I played really well against Federer last year to get my first win here in in Abu Dhabi, and I hope this year I can get 2 wins. But the field is really difficult. It's not simple, so we'll see how it goes and who I play first.
Roger, your on-court rivalry with Rafa is obviously very important, sort of public perception of the game. But I wonder, how important is your relationship with Rafa to you? Because when I started covering the game, it was a great rivalry, for example, between McEnroe and Collins. Frankly, they couldn't stand each other. Really, you two get on so well.
Yeah, I don't think you need a good relationship to get it. You have a good rivalry, as it shows. And somehow, sometimes it's better, the more different you are, the better it is, you know. And I think we are very different players, but then in terms of maybe personality, sometimes there's similarities, kind of very simple backgrounds. Like to have our peace and calm, you know, when we're away from the game and all the hustle around our person is great in the moment itself, but then we're also quite happy to get away from it all. And I think he's always been very respectful towards the game and towards other players, and I've done the same, obviously, and I've always been 5 years ahead of him because I'm 5 years older, and so maybe he's learned, you know, or seen maybe quite a bit from what I did, and I've seen it in the previous generation from maybe what Sargent and other guys did. So you always get inspired from what's happened before, you know, and he's always been really friendly, and now obviously his English improved the last few seasons, so it's easier to talk, and we've done so much promotion together and talks about the tour, and we have to deal, you know, and that's why I think it's nice that we do get along really well, and we also put our fame forward to help others, like we just did now in Zurich and Madrid. I think it's wonderful that we were able to do that, and obviously we've helped other great causes around the world as well in the past, and I think it's nice that there's such a good rivalry at the top of the sport right now that is so well perceived by the public, and I'm looking forward to many more good matches with him in the future, obviously.
Roger, I saw in ITF website you speak about the play and stay program. Play and stay program, the mini tennis program, under 10. They use the softball and short tennis court. Do you think that there's a lot of coaches here, they use, still they insist to use the normal ball, that will not give them player advantage in the first 3 years to beat those guys they're playing until those guys come back with the normal ball?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think hitting a tennis ball is what's going to make it better. It doesn't matter how soft or how hard that ball is, you know. And every player needs to know, and the coaches need to know what's best for the players. I mean, only time will tell if soft balls and smaller courts will help a player later on in life.
Do you start tennis with the softball or normal?
There was no softball.
You remember?
There were softballs. I started with a wooden racket, so yeah, that's why I know all about it. I played with white tennis balls, so yeah, I played with softballs, I guess, but not in practice. It was more just for fun sometimes. So I grew up playing with normal tennis balls, and it didn't seem to work. But look, I think coaches and federation try to come up with the best possible way to not damage the body of players, which I am all for. And I mean, only time will tell. So it's an idea, you know. Could work. We'll see. Definitely not going to harm a player. That's the thing.
Okay, last question in English.
Roger, you've got it all. You've got the family. You've career Grand Slam. Pretty much. What when you get up in the morning, do you have days where you're just thinking, today I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to practice tennis. I just want to lie in bed and do nothing. Do you have days like that?
Not really, no. Because I set myself a goal long time ago, long-term goals, short-term goals, and then obviously the daily plans, which I set in stone either the night before or a few weeks before. And my goal is not just to pull out of those things I want to achieve or do. Just make my team wait and say, you know what, guys, today it's not the right day. Sometimes, what I have to do sometimes is just wake up in the morning, see how I feel, and feel, is it today the day going to be where I'm going to hit 1.5 hours, or is it going to be the day where I'm going to hit 5 hours? That's sometimes a decision I have to take in the morning, just to make sure I don't overplay and completely abuse my body, because I've played over 900 matches on tour, and I've been on tour for over 10, 11 years now, so I just have to be aware of what I've done, and what's important is not how much I practice, but the quality and then the matches, obviously. So you just get smarter as you get a bit older, and but no, I don't wake up and just say, I wish I had nothing to do, because I do make sure I have those days on vacation, and if I wouldn't have those, then I would wake up like that. But because I do have those rests in between, it's important to have that sort of light at the end of the tunnel sometimes, knowing that vacations is coming soon, because I also was very tired at the end of the season, but I was able to keep my head down and finish the season in style, which was obviously beautiful.
Any questions in Arabic? No? Okay.
Well, happy?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.